Welcome to Daily Gossip. You will get daily Hollywood and political updates here. Remember to subscribe for the latest videos. In a world obsessed with tabloid headlines, few public figures have been as quietly enduring as Chelsea Clinton. From the earliest days of her life, she has carried a weight that would crush most people, a burden both invisible and undeniable. That of being the only child of two of the most controversial, admired, criticized, and powerful political figures in modern American history. The so-called tragedy of Chelsea Clinton isn't in a scandal or a downfall or a public disgrace, but in the quiet pain of growing up under the microscope of an unforgiving nation that never quite knew what to make of her. Her story is not one of overt drama, but of deep, ongoing emotional endurance. From the moment she was 12 years old and moved into the White House, the media didn't hold back. Comedians mocked her appearance on late-night television. Critics made cruel comments about her hair, her braces, her posture. She was a child being judged by adults as if she were fair game in a political chess match. There was no refuge. Every school she attended, every outing, every moment in public became material for comment, derision, or weaponization, and yet she stayed silent, dignified, and composed, even as millions watched her grow up as if she were a character in a reality show. Imagine, just for a moment, navigating adolescence while the world watches. Not out of admiration, but with relentless scrutiny. That's the first layer of the tragedy, but it didn't end there. When her father, President Bill Clinton, was embroiled in scandal, the Monica Lewinsky affair, Chelsea once again became collateral damage. She was just 18, attending Stanford University, trying to find a life of her own, yet the media kept circling, using her image in news stories, flashing her name in headlines, speculating on how the affair impacted her psychologically. Few stopped to consider the trauma of being a teenager, dealing with global humiliation tied to your own family, and even fewer noticed the bravery it took for her to remain composed, focused on her education, choosing quiet strength over chaos. Chelsea didn't rebel. She excelled. She went on to earn degrees from Stanford, Oxford, and Columbia, seeking refuge in academia and intellect when the public world offered her little kindness. Her achievements were substantial. She became a public health advocate, a board member, an author, and a voice for children's rights and global health. Yet critics constantly undermined her accomplishments, attributing her success solely to nepotism. For every book she published, or every speech she delivered, there was a swarm of negativity questioning her credentials. Still, she pressed on. When her mother Hillary Clinton ran for president, first in 2008, then again in 2016, Chelsea once again found herself pulled back into the storm. She was expected to be the calm, smiling, articulate daughter on the campaign trail, a public relations asset in the brutal world of politics. And she did it gracefully, but the emotional toll was enormous. The pressure of being both a symbol and a shield was not lost on her. She saw her mother vilified, her family's legacy attacked, and herself dragged into online conspiracies, mocked by media outlets, and dissected by strangers. There's tragedy in the silence she maintained. The things she likely wanted to scream but never did. She has never lashed out, never published a scandalous memoir, never sought revenge. That level of self-control is almost otherworldly. There's pain in restraint. There's sadness in constantly proving your worth when your accomplishments are seen through the distorted lens of your last name. And yet, Chelsea Clinton continued to walk her path, away from scandal, away from chaos, away from fame-hungry moves. She chose instead to marry quietly, raise her children out of the spotlight, and use her voice when it mattered. Advocating for vaccines, gender equality, and children's education, she did it all while carrying the invisible burden of being the Clinton child. Judged by the choices of her parents, by the scandals of her father, and by the political battlefield that became her home, the media never fully gave her a break. Even in adulthood, she faced jabs about her role at the Clinton Foundation, accusations of privilege, and continued online harassment. But still, she endured. The tragedy of Chelsea Clinton lies not in any single moment, but in the lifelong pressure of being watched, judged, and second-guessed. Even when she did everything right, it's a story of quiet pain, public silence, and private resilience. And perhaps the saddest part is that few will ever know the real cost of growing up as America's first daughter of controversy. She didn't ask for fame. She didn't seek the spotlight. She simply inherited it and had to survive within it. That's the kind of tragedy we don't often talk about. A slow, steady erosion of privacy, identity, and peace, all while wearing a composed smile for the cameras. This is the emotional, deeply human story of Chelsea Clinton. Not a scandalous headline, but a reminder of the cost of growing up with the entire world watching and judging. Thank you for watching Daily Gossip. If this story moved you, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more emotional journeys behind the headlines.